Good morning. Good morning, morning, morning. Oh, that is not the video. I am live. I'm going to wait until it says I'm live. 10 a.m. Hello, hello. Ooh. If you've been following me on Instagram, I'm trying to be like for my second cup of coffee, so it's not as like acidic and strong. I'm trying to put a little cream in it. Yesterday I botched it though, and it was like way too much cream. This one's really. Oh, I did good. The color looked good, but I wanted to check. Hey, Jessica. Hello. Y'all, I am so happy to be here. Happy Friday. It is Friday the 13th, and despite popular belief that is some awful Odom? Yeah, Odom. It's not. 13 actually represents love in the Hebrew language. And so 13 is a beautiful, lovely number. And today is going to be a beautiful, lovely Friday. I don't know about what the weather looks like where you are, but it is gloomy. It is raining. It is perfection this morning here. I didn't even want to get out of bed. But we're here. We're here. Courtney. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Honey C. Hi, Q. Good morning. Hey, girl. It's so good to see you. I love our little Friday mornings, you guys. My only wish, especially because all of those ladies, except Honey C, and correct me if I'm wrong, but all of those ladies are womanhood ladies, and I've said this 1,000 times. Like, I want nothing more than for all of us to live somewhat close where we just hang out. Like this, we all meet in a real coffee shop every Friday. It's been a rough start Friday here. I hate the rain, but I love the cool weather. Homeschool has been today. Courtney, it's Friday. Let's take it off. It is what it is. We'll take it off. We'll worry about school on Monday. That would be so nice, right? I will say for next year, we're working on something that if we pull it off, it would be quarterly. And that means there would be actually 4 chances to see each other in the year. So, fingers crossed. Finally got up and ready in time to catch the live. Yay! Hi, everybody. So good to see everyone. While I welcome everyone, I'm going to put the icebreaker question. And remember, we're not answering it yet. We're going to answer it all at once. Pin message. So it is, what's your favorite, did I type it right? What is your favorite fall item in your home? That's going to be our icebreaker. We're not going to answer it yet. We'll do it when I do the countdown. But yeah, Jessica, I'm excited about that. PNW. So it's pretty early for you. Hi, thank you for joining. Also, I long to live in the PNW. I know it has its pros and cons, but I just feel like if there's a place that represents me, it's the Pacific Northwest. Or it's the mountains of North Carolina, which is very similar to the Pacific Northwest. But yeah, welcome. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome. It is so cool that for the most part, I know everyone's names on here. Like, I just think that's special. I really love our little community here on YouTube, here on the Womanhood. I love it all. A little tiny praise report, guys. I had a doctor's appointment. If you've been following me on Instagram, And some of you have even messaged me because you guys are just sweet. And I don't take any offense to this at all. But I have a goiter, and I've talked about this for years. I've had the goiter since I was like 12. And what a goiter is it's just like an enlarged thyroid. But I was having dreams about like just signs and feelings that I needed to get my thyroid checked. So I made the appointment. Finally, I actually made the first appointment like a month ago. And because my doctor's so fantastic, that ended up just kind of being like an emotional load getting taken, like a therapy session versus like, okay, we're going to actually look at the structure in your blood work. So then this month we did the blood work and we looked at the structure of my thyroid and my blood work and my thyroid levels. And she does an intensive one because she's a holistic doctor. Everything looks so healthy and so good, which is just a praise report. I don't know about you guys, but I have major anxiety going to the doctors and the dentist and all of that because I'm just constantly like, okay, it's been a good run, but I'm going to get the news today that it's all over, you know? And yeah, my levels are great and my structure is great. I just have a large goiter. And that can be fixed with what I eat. And also there's a point, like my thyroid's done growing. So she also put an emphasis on the fact that there's also a point where like, this is your thyroid. And though we can shrink it and we can shrink nodules in it, like it is going to be what it is basically. But I can do all that I can do to get it healthy. And you know, this also spoke something to my heart. As women, I'll admit, as me, I can be very vain. There's a way I want my body to look. There's a way I want to look in pictures and in life. And lately, like I see myself in a picture and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so overweight. I do not look good. I look so unhealthy. And sure, am I 10 extra pounds more than I would like to be? Yes. But seeing my blood work and seeing that my body is actually functioning at its optimal level and it is doing everything it needs to do to keep this mama alive, and I can run up the stairs without being out of breath and I can do squats without hurting, and my body functions and moves as it needs to in order for me to get all the things done that the Lord has put me on this earth to get done. It really like put a new perspective on health for me. And while weight is a factor of health, it is not the whole picture. And that's what my doctor kept putting an emphasis on as I was like crying because I'm 10 pounds overweight. She's like, but like according to who? Like, yes, do you like to be at this weight? Sure, but your body is doing what it needs to do to carry you through. So she really snapped me out of this like, but I don't look how I want to look. But she also listened to me. Like she understands wanting to look a certain way and wanting to be 10 pounds lighter, or maybe some of you want to be 10 pounds thicker and heavier with muscle. So she didn't like shoo that away, but she really gave me a full perspective of health, and it helped me because I have been struggling with just self-image. And of course we got off of summer and I hate summer anyways. Part of why I hate summer is the fashion just does not speak to my heart. Give me sweaters, give me layers, and I feel great. So it was just great. And I just want to encourage you mamas, like, yeah, you may not be the size you want to be. Your weight may fluctuate like a woman's weight does, but if you are healthy, if your blood work and scans come back A-okay, like celebrate that. Your body is doing what it needs to do, whether you are 10 pounds lighter or 10 pounds heavier. So I want to start that out. Let's see. Praise the Lord. Yes, yes. Everything is so good. Yes. See, so the cool thing, Courtney, is my doctor is like my therapist. Like, as much as we have appointments where it's about our health because she treats the whole person, there's also appointments where I'm just crying to her for 2 hours, and I just love it. Yay. I was recently diagnosed with Graves' disease. Yes. Yes. Diet is everything. Yes. Yes. How are you doing? Janaya, talk to me about that. I would love to talk with you either on Instagram, email. I would love to talk to you about that. But yeah, for me, it's a big, like, it's simple, and it's why I thrived when I was on a vegan, thrived. That's why my thyroid thrived when I was on a vegan diet, because I got rid of all the processed things, because the thyroid takes about 3 hormones. I forget their names, but they look very similar to iodine. So the thyroid takes it in like it is iodine, but it does the opposite of what iodine does to your body. So, and it's in those 3 chemicals, again, I forget their name, I'm sorry. They're in a lot of processed foods. Yeah, Sabrina, I just hate summer wardrobe. Like, no one asked for this. Yeah. So I don't have Hashimoto's, Rachel. Thank you. Yeah, mine is strictly an iodine deficiency. It is strictly, which is why, again, mine fluctuates. So it's inflamed right now. Why? Because I've been eating a lot of processed foods. And when I take those processed foods out, like last winter and spring, it thrives because there's none of that junk in it. So mine is strictly a goiter. It's strictly a goiter, which is the news of a lifetime. My thyroid functions perfectly well, and I don't have an autoimmune disease as of now. Like the autoimmune disease is not showing itself, even on the blood work test that's specific for that. So praise God. Yes, Sabrina, they're the best. Functional health doctors really do treat the whole person, and I just love that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, those little, hey, y'all, Michelle, my phone had the nerve to remind me 5 years ago when I ran a 5K and had the best arms, the best legs. I was like, this is rude. And it was really on a day that I was struggling. And I'm just going to need Apple to not do that, because why? Okay, ladies. Yeah, but just a reminder, we're mind, body, and spirit. I was having this conversation with a coworker yesterday. Like, we're mind, body, and spirit. We're not just body. Our body does signal things, though, and listen to it as much as you can, and try to find resources to help. Yeah. Yeah, Sabrina, so that's another thing. We'll have to talk, Sabrina. We've been having to talk, but life. That's another thing. I'm like, okay, I don't ever want to be on any type of thyroid medicine, or any medicine. Like, I don't want to be on low, like, what is that? Like high blood pressure medicine. I just don't want to ever have to rely on medicine. So I do know that, like, that is now is the time for me to get this together, or it's only going to worsen. And it's freeing because it means, okay, I'm in control of this, but then it's also overwhelming because I'm in control of this. So I have a lot of, like, conflicting emotions. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Your body is doing what it needs to do. And the body is so amazing that even when it's a little off kilter, it will find a way to readjust and do what it needs to do. Sabrina, I want to talk to you too, like offline about, like, what you're eating and compare it to, like, I don't know, like, thyroid support group. Okay. Anybody can be in it. Janae, yes. Janae. Like Forrest Gump says Jenny. I love that. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So do you miss coffee? Like, yeah. See, I drink black coffee, so I don't put sugar in it, except this has a little cream in it because of the acid. Anywho, but I do notice that if I only drink one black cup of coffee a day versus if I'm stressed and binge drinking 3 cups of black coffee a day, I notice like that's the thing about the thyroid. It's such a beautiful, sensitive gland that you notice when it's out of whack, which I appreciate. Yeah. Oh, what's going on with you, Q? What's a rheumatologist? I did not say that right. What do they do? Like rheumatoid, like arthritis? I'm not a doctor, you guys. I never claimed. Yeah. Yeah, coffee is such a comfort, nostalgic thing for so many of us. Like when I have my cup of coffee, I'm taken back to my childhood when my dad would brew his cup of coffee in the morning. I would get woken up to the smell of coffee and my dad watching the news, right? So sometimes I'm like, why do I even drink? It's such an emotional relationship, me and coffee. Okay, ladies. All right. What's your favorite fall item in your home? That is the icebreaker today. I'm going to give everybody a minute in case people are typing. What is your favorite fall item? It is an emotional support drink. We love our coffee. We really do. But I do also, on the lines of coffee, while everybody's typing in their thing, organic coffee matters too. There's so many metals that are put in processed coffee and the K-Cups. And so when I buy K-Cups, I try to only get organic. Aldi's has the best and cheapest organic coffee. And it's really, really good. I buy their orange one. I think it's Columbia, or the blue one might be Columbia. I buy their orange one and it's so good. So yeah. Okay. 3 favorite fall item in your home. 3, 2, 1, go. Q already answered with favorite fall item in my home is my tablescape. Q, I need pictures because I have never quite figured out how to you guys are bombing this one. I love it. I've never figured out how to do a good tablescape. So I need pictures. Simmering spices. Ooh, do you keep them in glass jars? Oh, no. You're talking about a pot on the stove. Yes. I would have to say all my pumpkin decor. I love it. Courtney, where do you get most of your decor? Michelle, yes. Oh, with organic coffee. Breathe in simple. Not an item, but my dog. Oh, he's such a beautiful autumn color. Orange, red, golden retriever. He's only 6, but we found a huge lump on his belly. Vet cannot see him until December. He seems happy though. Oh, baby. Well, I'm happy he seems happy. Keep us updated. And I love that you look at him and see autumn. Pulling out the big cozy blankets for our couch. That's my favorite. Really changes the look of the living room. Yes. Michelle B. All the organic coffee. So good, right? Hoodies are my favorite. Diana, you sound like my preteen. Absolutely. Give her a hoodie every day. My fall stems and pumpkins. My pumpkins. So real pumpkins. Are we talking real pumpkins, fake pumpkins? I need a vote on that because I like real pumpkins. I think this here is my simmer pot, fresh cut fruit. Yes, Lisa. Yes. Rheumatologist for my fibromyalgia. Dollar General, Dollar Tree, or Walmart. Yeah. Yes, the simmering spices. Hey, Hannah, we put a offer in on a home. Oh my gosh. I'm saying a prayer, Hannah. I'm writing it down. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Pray for Hannah. Home offer. Ooh, that's exciting. Please keep me updated. And yes, it will be just in time. Your new home, autumn will be its first season and you'll get to decorate it. Oh, so perfect. cut out caffeine a couple of years ago. I replaced it with chicory root, and sometimes I do decaf. I know it has a little, but surprisingly, some of these other herbs have a close coffee taste. Okay, I haven't tried chicory root, Sabrina. I've only tried like the mushroom coffees, which aren't bad, and the tea coffees. If I had to pick one, I'd do the mushroom coffees. They're just not as convenient to buy, so I just forget about them. But I'm going to try chicory root. I just got a pumpkin throw pillow yesterday, and I love it, but I know what my favorite piece will be. I have the cutest fall tree in my Amazon cart, though. I know it will be my favorite. Stop. I love that. Okay, I don't have an answer for this. I have to really, really think. You know what I love? And I love my fall wreath. And I love, it is fall when I take my fall wreath out and put it on my door. And it's nothing fancy, but my fall wreath was my first, big ticket item that I ever bought. Usually all of my, decor was, Walmart, dollar store, Target. But I remember buying this wreath from Franklin's, and I was like, and it wasn't even that, it was expensive for me, but I love it. And when I put it on the door, I'm just like, fall has arrived. Yeah, I think it's my wreath. Ooh, a lot of vintage. Yeah. You know what, Angela, that brings me to, so this year, actually, it's been a couple years coming. I am not as into creating fall from the stores. I have not bought a new fall item in almost 3 years. So I will decorate with my store-bought items. But I went into Home Goods. Me and a friend were thrifting for the day. And then she was like, ooh, let's stop into Home Goods. So we stopped into Home Goods, and I thought that I was going to be tempted to want to buy everything. And I was so unbothered. And there was adorable stuff. But I was just like, wow, I've really arrived. I am not tempted to spend all my money on any of this, except the blankets, which somebody did say cozy blankets. Because I'm so much more interested these days in just not creating fall, but just letting fall happen. And so much of fall happens outside and naturally. And I think this is what it really is. I think the natural tones of my house and how I chose to decorate my house already screams fall. So it feels like there's less work I have to do. Does that make sense to anybody? The coffee, books, and rain signs, my favorite thing in your home. That was Hobby Lobby. About, oh man, that sign's almost as old as Teo. So 7 years ago, I think. Right? Was this sign in my old house? Oh, I freaking can't remember. Maybe it's younger than that. No, not the rodents. Crap, Q. Now you're making me think. I need to go out there and make sure everything's fine. I also need to just move all of my fall stuff from the outside storage closet to the upstairs attic. That's what I need to do. Real info. Yeah. I like the real pumpkins. Last year, if you guys remember, I'm going to post the reel on Instagram. Me and the kids had a pumpkin painting day and carving day. No, we carved, or maybe we did both, but I created a pumpkin fairy house. It was my absolute favorite. And this year, I think I keep seeing people take flowers that they bought on Amazon and Mod Podge them to pumpkins. So this year, I think that's what I'm going to do. But I love real pumpkins. My porch never looks the way, my porch is so big. So of course I go on Pinterest and I'm like, okay, fall porches. And of course they're beautiful, but these people had millions of dollars to spend, obviously. I don't. This year I do got a little something to spend. And I think I'm going to go all out, you guys. I'm talking like the corn stalks, pumpkins galore, just all. But I might have to wait till like end of October for it to get really, really like cool, because I did my pumpkins early last year and they did great. But then the next week was like so hot that they just rotted. So I got to be careful. Yes, Jessica, we'll have to share them. My home's already giving fall vibes. Yes. Okay, if y'all don't follow Lisa is a homeschool creator. But more than that, Lisa is the definition of the book we're going to be talking about today. She is a home safety comfort creator. And her home just screams comfort and joy and a safety net from the chaos of the world. And go follow Lisa because I love her. My fall budget's going to be kids' costumes. 6 kids, $270. Girl, these costumes are getting ridiculous. I'm so happy I have one kid who is not interested in trick-or-treating anymore. So I only have to buy 2. But these costumes are ridiculous. I even asked my mom, I was like, how costumes weren't this expensive when we were kids? She was like, heck no, they weren't. They're crazy. But my mom is the kind of grandparent who will, she buys the costumes for this year at the end of the season of the year before. So she'll send me like literally 6 costumes, and she's like, just have the kids pick, if they don't use it for real trick-or-treating, they can use it for a trunk or treat. And I'm like, okay, Mom. But the costumes are always just funny ones. One year I dressed up as Cruella de Vil when the movie Cruella came out. But other than that, no. I don't dress up. We're not that cool. And one year I wore a onesie, like a Winnie the Pooh onesie or some kind of onesie, and that was fun. I just love trick-or-treating. Ooh, Courtney doesn't see? Courtney's saving money. She's saving money. So, interesting thing about this house, though, this house isn't in a neighborhood. So trick-or-treating has been different every single year that we've lived here. We've trick-or-treated in one of our friends' neighborhoods. And then the year after that, we were in Indiana for one, which was fun. The year after that, we did my other friend's neighborhood. This year, Titus wants to trick-or-treat with his best friend. So we're going to do their neighborhood. So it's very interesting. I kind of feel like I'm a neighborhood hopper. And sometimes I judge those people, but I am those people now. It's crazy. Okay, ladies. So I actually do have a meeting for my other job at 11 o'clock. So let's get into, little tiny enjoyments real quick. Okay, my bed. I got a new bed. I want to talk about this because of all the houses I've ever lived in, I always adorn and set up my children's rooms first. And then I'm like, I'll get to my room eventually. I never end up getting to my room. This room, minus this chair, because it's completely uncomfortable, so I do have to thrift a new desk chair. But my room, for the first time in my adult life, is complete. And I have a full, beautiful, real bed. We've always just had like the metal bed, or like the bed, one of them were wooden, but just like the minimal, like, I don't know, not the box spring, but the platform. Anywho, I have a bed, and that may not be cool to a lot of you, but it's amazing to me. My room is complete. My room is a haven now. I don't even want the kids to be in here, even though they're always welcome. It's just so sweet and cozy. And so my bed is like a little tiny enjoyment. I already talked about my doctor's appointment. Oh, and then the revelation that nothing is urgent. There is nothing urgent. I have been just so stressed for no reason. There's nothing alarming or stressful about my life right now, except for the fact that every plate is full. raising these children, rebuilding a marriage, having a career, having the womanhood, having YouTube, hosting Wild and Free. It is, my world is full. Also, my 9-to-5 job is a political nonprofit. So you guys can imagine how busy we are right now. And so I'm just constantly like laying in bed thinking of like, oh shoot, I got to do this. I didn't do this. I got to make sure I make it to the PTA meeting. I got to make sure I schedule that appointment. I got to pick up Journey's vitamin D medicine. It's the list never ends. And so I'm really trying to lean into, okay, nothing's urgent. There's not one thing that I need to do right now. I can take back my power and I can breathe. I'm going to get everything done. Tori, you've always been an efficient worker. I never not got things done. It's not going to happen today. I can breathe. And we talked about this in my doctor's appointment yesterday, is like really practicing breath work and like breathing and being aware. And then something I did today before, I have so much to do today, you guys. And I'm not just saying that. Like I have this, then I have a meeting, then I have another meeting, then I have to go get my hair done, then I have to pick up the boys. Like the list goes on and on and on. I have to go grocery shopping, right? And before I did any of that, before I let any of that steal from me, I made a black cup of coffee. I sat in that reading chair and I read Checking Out Crime for 20 minutes. And it was beautiful. And the whole time I was training my brain, like, don't wonder, don't think about the live, don't think about your 2 meetings, don't think about anything but right now. And so if you struggle with feeling like urgent, I gotta go, I gotta do, you don't have to go, you don't have to do, you just have to be. Nothing is urgent. Everything will get done. Don't let it steal from the present, from right here. Right now, I am here. I can choose to pretend to be here, but in my mind be 1,000 places, which my mind does a lot. And it's not like daydreaming. It's like, okay, do you have everything for that meeting that's coming up after this? But I'm here. So really just challenging myself to be here. And if anyone's like me, I hope that just encourages you to be here. LTE, learning to bake my own bread, family of 7. We go through a lot. Yes. My home smelling wonderful and having fresh bread and slowing down has been a little nugget. I love that. Oh, I love that. Oh, Sabrina and her husband. I love that you're rebuilding your marriage. Thank you, Jessica. It's hard work. No one talks about, it's beautiful and it's hard, and it's not just you and your husband. It's these kids and like re-knitting and rebuilding, and we would not be able to do it without the Lord. And yeah, I just want to shout out to anyone who's rebuilding a marriage, because I think people look at it and think, oh, that's the easy way out, which I talked about this. No matter what happens to your marriage, whether you choose to divorce and make it final and move on, or reconnect and rebuild, both are hard. Like both are so extremely hard. And I'm just praying for everyone who's navigating divorce, navigating reconciliation, navigating a new split, blended family. Like I'm praying for all of it. I'm also praying for the people who are happily married and loving each other and working it out, because that's hard too. It's all hard. And so, yeah, it is a full plate. I'm so hot. Seems crazy, but working outside the home again, even part-time, is my little tiny enjoyment. That's not crazy at all. Courtney, there are some women who do not want to work and they want to be at home, and that is so beautiful. And the women who get joy out of working, I feel like we demonize them, that's beautiful too. Like, it's all beautiful, just like it's all hard. It's all everything all at once, that movie. Ooh, you know what? You should check out the Daily Grace Co. They have Bible studies. I think family Bible studies. So studies. And then what is that homeschool? You guys know. The one, she does like sibling Bible studies. Oh, what is the homeschool thing that does Bible studies, y'all? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Not Consumed. Yes, Hannah, Not Consumed. Check out them because they're great. Okay, so we're going to be talking about setting the table for fall. And the book that inspired this live, if you've been here for 4 years, you guys know my love for this book. The Life-Giving Table by none other than Sally Clarkson. Sally, I can't believe I've met her. Like, I've met her and I sit with her and I have tea with her, and everything she talks about in her books, you guys, I've done with her, which is insane. And she is the real deal. I've met a lot of people in the Christian author world, and some of them are very gimmicky, and she's just not. Sally's the real deal. So, Nurturing Faith Through Feasting, One Meal at a Time. I read this book in a very, yes, Jessica, this is the book that Carissa cannot stand, and I was really hoping she'd be on here so that I could read her little stinky comment about it, because my friend Carissa, if y'all are in the womanhood, y'all know her. I made the womanhood read this book, and Carissa was like, absolutely not. Like, Carissa could not get through it. It was not the right season. I don't think a lot of people liked it. I loved it. I freaking loved it, and I still love it. And as I was rereading it last night, I was like, wow, this is the book that inspired me for tea to be such an anchor in our home, for us to have tea, for us to come together and stop the day and eat and commune and talk. And so much of my life has changed. And as I was reading it last night, I went to Justin and I was like, because he thinks all of this stuff is so corny, but I told him, I was like, but he doesn't realize that he did it with his family. Like, his family has this ritual of everybody just hanging out in the garage and everyone's talking. It's not fancy, but it's a place where they all come together to talk and smoke and have a beer, and that's their version of it. And so I read a quote, and I read it to him, and I said, see, this is why I am so crazy about us having something that anchors us, because you had it. I had it. Mine was church. Like, it wasn't as community, but in retrospect, it was the thing that like kept me and my family feeling anchored together. It was something we did together. And so as the fall season comes and life is going to do what life does, none of us know what lies before us, but we know that the Lord goes before us. And how can we be active in creating atmospheres and environments that nurture the souls of our children? And one thing that I know now that I didn't know the first time I read it is that when you're dealing with children, when you're dealing with spouses, things take time. Things take time. You have to allow people the space to figure things out. And the beauty of this book is I can't control my children, right? I can't control how they process things. I can't control how they react to things, but I can control our table. I can control creating an environment that, the way Sally says it, is it's predictable peace in an unpredictable world. How can I make sure my kids know that in this home there will be peace? There will be predictable peace. They know every day, every night we're having dinner at the table. They know that after that we're going to have some family time in the living room where we just kick back and talk and gather. Like, how can I be so disciplined in that? But I can't control if they're excited about it, right? I can't control if Journey's like, oh, yay, family time, or, oh, I don't even want to be here. Can I just go upstairs? But I can trust that these seeds that I'm planting will bring forth something, and to stay the course. Like, keep planting, keep setting the table, keep being so serious about the environment that your home is creating. And what I love about this is, whether you're a work at home mom, a work out of the house mom, a part-time worker, a full-time worker, a homeschooler, a non-homeschooler, none of that matters when it comes to setting tables that nurture the souls of our family. None of that matters. And there's no rules. I don't get to go into your house and tell you what you need to be doing in your home, and you don't get to come into my house. And I just think it's so pretty, and it gives us mothers the smallest, tiniest power. So even when it comes to my kids know when I put that wreath on the door, it's fall. And when that fall candle's burning, they love it. They're like, what is that smell? When the simmer pot is on, what is that smell? When I'm cooking my soups, they hate soups, but they know it's fall season. When the fresh bread comes out, because I only bake bread in fall and winter, they're like, it's bread. Like, Journey had to write a paper on family traditions. And first she was like, we don't have family traditions. And I was like, whoa. I've spent my entire adult life making sure we have family traditions, ma'am. And I had to bring to her attention, like, what traditions are what you do annually or quarterly that really, that your family does all the time. And I was like, name some. And it got it going. And she was like, oh, okay. Like, we watch, oh my gosh, what is that movie? A Christmas Carol. We watch A Christmas Carol every Christmas Eve. Now I'm forgetting all of our traditions. That's great. We have a huge Easter dinner every Easter. We do Advent calendars every December. We traditionally, we're not going to be able to do it anymore, but we usually took the whole month of December off. We go to the same Christmas play every December. And then, so her mind was rolling, and then she's like, oh, and I created my own tradition. And I was like, cool, what's that? And she was like, I don't go trick-or-treating, but I stay at home and you pop me popcorn and I get candy, and she watches scary movies. Like, that's her Halloween tradition. And so I told her, I said, see, it doesn't have to be anything huge. It's just something that you created that you do as a family every year. And I think autumn and winter, because we're naturally spending more time inside, is like prime season to just start it all, whether it's game night, movie night, all the things, right? So adorning our homes with candles, simmer pots, all the decor, right? But then the question is, but how are you adorning your home in the spirit? Like, how are you making sure your posture is one that you want to pass on to your kids? Your posture is one that conveys the same thing you're trying to convey when you're trying to create coziness in your home, right? Because there can be a feeling of coziness in the home, but then you get to the spirit and the people and it's cold, right? So how do we become women who don't only decorate and make things cozy and warm, but we actually possess a cozy and warm spirit for our children, for our spouses, and then also they need to be doing that too, right? Children, how can you possess a spirit that is one of obedience and one of kindness and one of servanthood, one of thankfulness? I really do. I know the saying that it's like the woman creates the temperature of the home. I think that's BS, because how can one person be the thermostat? Like, yes, like if mom's going crazy, sure, people are going to be upset, but like, we're a team, and we're all going to create the temperature of the home. Like, forget that. You're not putting that all on me. We're all creating the temperature of the home. And so how can we get our kids to participate in that? How can we get our husbands to participate in that? If your husband is anything like Justin's just always pretty chill, even killed, funny, happy to be here. But when you don't listen to dad, oh my gosh, did you guys see the meme? Or not the meme, it's a video going around. I'm going to post it, where kids prank telling their moms to shut up in front of their dads. And then it shows just how all the dads respond. It is golden. They all respond the same. They're all like, not happening. What did you just say to your mom? But like, where moms may create the love in the home, dads create the respect in the home, and the kids the kids have to participate, is what I'm saying. And so does your spouse. The temperature of the home is not only on the woman. Yeah. Aw, I'm so happy. So yeah, just making sure that we're creating I'm blanking. Making sure we're also creating a warm, welcoming spirit of our home. And I think that's where us as women can submit to the Lord and seek the Lord and really ask him, what does this look like in my household? All of our households are different. Some of us have more obedient, quiet kids. Some of us have vivacious, loud, excited kids. So what necessarily works for one woman, it's not going to be a copy and paste situation. So I really implore you to seek the Lord and ask him, what does this look like for me and my personality and my temperament and my children's personalities and their temperament and my husband's personality and his temperament? We are not all the same. Thank God. So we really, it's a really individual thing when it comes to how am I going to adorn my home? Even in our decor, my house does not look like your house. Your house doesn't look like my house. And what a beautiful thing. I love going into people's homes and seeing them in it. Like when I walk into someone's home and it's like, oh yeah, we'll take Lisa for example. This house feels like Lisa. This house feels like Sabrina. This house feels like Courtney. I love feeling that your home should be an extension of you, is my opinion. And so in our Pinterest world, it's really, I've stepped into many of homes where I'm like, this is a beautiful home, but it's not an extension of the beautiful woman I see standing before me, right? So yeah, I'm getting off on a tangent, but I really just want to challenge you guys as I close. I want to challenge everybody to really seek out ways that they can set a warm, cozy atmosphere, spirit-filled environment for your family. Something that Sally says in this book is that mentoring and passing on faith, which is what we're all doing as parents, is not about curriculum, church attendance, rules, or indoctrination, but always about reaching the heart. So that's another question I want to leave you with. How are we setting tables to reach the heart of people this fall? Whether it's your children, whether it's your community, how are you setting a table? I just got convicted. Okay, yes, Spirit. How are you setting the table? How are you welcoming? How are you reaching the heart of people that you're assigned to, right? You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I hope you have a great weekend too. I'm about to log off as well. Again, I want to end with that question. How am I setting tables to reach hearts this autumn? I hope you all have fun decorating your homes for fall. I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. And that's enough for me today because I got a meeting in 10 minutes. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next Friday. Bye.